welcome to Tarot Readings by Roxby. I am here to do your weekly love and general reading for the week of July 24th until the 30th, 2017. Those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you guys so very much for taking the time to subscribe. This week I'm going to use Wheel of the Year. So Aquarius, I've already prayed over your cards. Love, wealth, health, happiness. For the week of July 24th to the 30th, 2017. Your cards feel good. Okay. So Aquarius, I'm doing it just a little bit differently this week. I just did not have time to pull all of those cards like I usually do for the weeklies, but hopefully you guys will like it. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, nice. Wow. Page of Pentacles. Guys, just keep in mind too, if the reading doesn't resonate with you, you can look at your moon, your rising signs. Two of Pentacles. And those of you that would like a private reading with me, my contact info is always below all the videos. If you book through the website, skip the calendar. I did away with that. Nine of Pentacles. That was just a big hassle. Four of Wands. Four of Swords. Seven of Wands. The Hanged Man. And the bottom two cards are going to be the overall energy for the week. Queen of Wands. And the Two of Swords. Okay. Anything that I feel that needs clarifying, I'm going to use the Hanson Roberts Tarot. Love these little decks for clarifying. Okay. So, you know, with the Queen of Wands, I mean, beautiful overall energy. You know, this could be your energy, you know, feeling very passionate, creative, ambitious this week. Could be you taking charge of a situation. You know, taking action, getting things, you know, started. It's definitely, Queen of Wands has high energy. You know, definitely represents something that you're very passionate about. You know, you're taking action, maybe leaving something behind, but you're definitely feeling very passionate. Or if a fire sign person could be important to you this week, in Aries, Leo, Sag. But the Queen of Wands is, you know, beautiful, energetic, cheerful, you know, very self-assured. And then you have the Two of Swords. So, I mean, you're definitely trying to make a decision. There's definitely a decision that needs to be made this week. You know, I don't think you have all the facts yet to make this decision. You know, but you feel like you have to make this decision anyway. You know, this decision, whatever this decision is, you know, it is important. You know, with the Queen of Wands, you are feeling very passionate and optimistic. Even if you don't have all the facts, but I still think you're going to be able to make that decision. I really do. Maybe not this week, but definitely the beginning of next. All right, you start out the week with the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. This is definitely a new job. Could be a new home. It could be, you know, it's just, it's a solid energy. It's a comfortable energy. It makes you feel secure. You know, definitely the foundation of prosperity has been laid upon you with that card. And you know, with the nine, you have the Nine of Pentacles here as well. Not to jump around, but I'm just feeling led to. You know, I feel like a lot of you have you've definitely reached a solid income level. You know, and now you're like enjoying the little luxuries in life. You know, because of this, you know, financial, whatever it is, maybe it's some sort of financial success. I do see that here. I really, you know, especially with the Page of Pentacles sitting right next to this. You know, now this is definitely an offer, you know, probably that's going to be made, you know, to some of you, maybe regarding a new job. It could be regarding, I feel like, really, that it's, with the Ace of Pentacles, even too, the Nine of Pentacles, just very, like, the start of a successful new business venture. You know, that you're maybe you're, you know, waiting on communication, because we do have the Two of Pentacles sitting right next to this. So I think that this offer that's going to be presented to you, it is going to be definitely a solid, stable, grounded offer, definitely. And it's going to bring balance too. And everything will balance out. Your finances are going to balance out, where maybe you didn't have that previously. But, well, not in the way that you wanted anyway. You know, this new beginning is also bringing in balance as well. Definitely. You know, with the Nine of Pentacles, I mean, you know, this is abundance. You know, this is you feeling, you know, very financially secure, you know, very financially stable, you know, having, you know, way more than enough. But definitely, you know, even with the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, I feel definitely, you know, you may be forced to make a decision about where your priorities lie, instead of, you know, juggling so many priorities, maybe for some of you. And with the Four of Wands, you know, whatever this is, I feel like for the majority of you, this is definitely business related. You know, with the Four of Wands, this new beginning that's coming in for you, it's definitely going to bring you in a lot of security, stability, you know, a stronger foundation here. I think it's also going to give you time to, you know, take a break, maybe even go on vacation. With the Four of Wands sitting next to it, or the Four of Swords sitting next to it, sorry. I feel like you're really just, you're working on something that is going to turn out very, very successful. And I think you're working really hard. But some of you guys feel really stuck in a way too. You know, with the Seven of Wands, with all this that's going on, you know, you're definitely very focused upon it. You know, you're definitely putting in a lot of energy. To make this happen. You know, it could also represent that, you know, in the past, maybe you've been arguing with someone, or several people, maybe even, you know, probably because you've been, standing your ground, not backing down, doing whatever it is that needs to be done. Doing what you need to do to be successful. And I think with all that, you're really ready for some R&R time, ready for a break, or you're waiting for, for somebody else to make a decision. You're waiting on this communication. I think, you need to consider your future direction. Restore your inner strength for those of you that feel stuck. Because you do end with the Hanged Man. And this is that being in suspense period, being in limbo. I do not feel like things are going to be concluded for you guys this week, but you're definitely starting things up this week. You're still waiting for everything to be finalized. I think you're definitely starting things this week. You're definitely feeling, fiery, passionate. And it could really all boil down to a decision that needs to be made. A decision where, you do not have all the facts. And it could be a daunting decision to take. But you feel like you have to because it's the best for you. And it is going to be a new beginning, with the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, bringing in this news regarding money, a job, could even be assets, whatever it is for you. There's definitely a solid new beginning, and it's going to bring a lot of balance with career, your personal life, financially. I mean, you guys this week, you guys are in a really good place with your foundation. Your family life is stable. Whatever this Seven of Wands is, you're definitely healing that. But yet you're still waiting. Yes, even at the end of the week, you're still waiting, but at least you have things, you have the ball rolling. I think really by the beginning of next week, it'll be a whole different story. Let's look at the Hangman. That's really all I really want to look at. Everything, I feel good about everything else. I really think this is going to be very successful. The Hangman Spirit. Okay. 2 cards fell on the floor. Oh, wow. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So this, all right, this by the end of the week, beginning of next, this, I just said this. I think this communication, you're feeling all fiery and passionate and excited. So you're going to get some good news, and it's going to reference whatever this is for you. Definitely a beautiful, successful week for you guys. Like financially, definitely. I don't really feel anything here for love this week for you guys. I really don't. Let's see what your love cards say. Pull some Romance Angels cards. Aquarius. 24th to 30th. Okay, definitely that one. Well, okay. Wow, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Now you know, could have had an intimate relationship with this person in the past, but not necessarily, but you definitely know them. If you are starting something new, this week, definitely, that will be very grounded. Wow, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Wow, your love lives look fantastic. This could be a very solid, stable, very secure relationship. And if you're already married, in a relationship, you're definitely with your soulmate. You know, you have a beautiful, really beautiful family life. It is. It's definitely an abundant week for you guys. And it really is, you're feeling passion. If somebody new is coming in, definitely could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Definitely some beautiful energy here for your love lives. I like it. All right, Aquarius, I hope that this reading helps you guys out for the week. Hope you didn't mind the different spread this week. I just did not have to, I just don't have the time to pull all those cards. It takes forever. But thank you guys so much for viewing the video. Have a beautiful week, guys, and I will see you back here soon. Take care. Bye-bye.